All right, welcome back to How to Make Hero Concepts. Today we're going to be talking about non-healers support characters. Basically, these are characters that that are not in the support class of character. In this case, in the game's case, an aid character, but fall in a different role. T-Chat, for example, here is role protector, playstyle defense, description defender. As we'll learn by his backstory, he is an avid defender of the innocent and protects people, even those who wander into the Saharan desert and are in danger of dying. He protects them, gets them out of there, finds shelter for them. So T-Chat is the protector role. However, he can heal allies with one of his abilities. So this makes him a off-support hero, someone who their main job is not to heal people, but they still can if they have to. Let's say their defense isn't working and they're put into a tight spot. Well, they can heal their allies if they need to. This makes them an off healer, someone who it's not their job to heal, but they can. They have the ability to. So as we can see here, T-Chad's primary ability is a laser rifle. This is a nice manual projectile attack. Passive is spinning staff. When you die, your staff spins in a vortex for 3 seconds around your death spot, pulling in people towards your death spot. Let's say you're killed by a bunch of enemies. This puts them all in one place around your death spot so your allies can shoot them because they're remaining still. Rocket Fist. Punch through an area, uppercut, and slam down. So basically you punch, uppercut, and then slam down again. It's a combo attack. You punch, uppercut, and then slam down again. This gives you 3 different ways to hurt an enemy, all with one ability. Pretty cool. Finger Flings. This is the one that I was getting to. Fling all your fingers on one of your hands that gives off healing juice explosions. So all your fingers fire into an area, explode, and then you remake your hand out of some new fingers with new healing juice attachments. So let's say you're in a situation where you've got 2 enemies on your tail. You've got 1 critical ally with you. Use all your finger flings on them, heal them up, and then you can hopefully 2v2 the situation instead of 2v2 with a critical ally situation. Knuckle Blitz. Fire 5 explosive blitz from your knuckles. So it's kind of like finger flings, except these actually do damage other enemies. Laser Rain. Shoot up flares and rain down on an area. So shoot up a bunch of flares, just like the flares that jet rockets use to disable missiles that are coming flying towards them. Shoot up a bunch of flares and then they rain down onto an area. And then your ultimate life staff. Heal all allies in your radius to full and grant 500 S of regen shields to all allies for a limited time. This basically gives all allies a 500 health shield to use as well as full health. Pretty good ultimate ability. Alright, so let's go to our horizontal stat block, and we will look through his abilities while also talking more about off healers. So as you can see, a lot of damaging abilities, but as you can see, Finger Flings is a healing ability. This means it's an off healing ability. It's an off healer. All these attacks he's supposed to be defending the objective with, but if he needs to heal his allies nearby, he's going to heal his allies nearby. He's an off healer. He's not a healer, but he can still heal people. As we talked about before, his name is T-Chad. Like the company, not the company, the country T-Chad. Playstyle is, I believe, defense. Yes, defense. So he is a defender as his description. His playstyle is defense. He's a protector. He uses a laser rifle, which is a projectile weapon. Therefore, it is a manual attack. Spinning staff, as we said, once he dies, it spins, bringing people in. And I believe this hits, yep, it does. It hits 50 damage per hit. It's a spinning attack. It's a radial attack because it's the radius of where your death spot is. So we give it the pink for radial because it's a radial attack. Knuckle Blitz and Finger Flings. Both are similar in what they do, except one of them heals, and that is the off-healing ability that makes this an off-healer. But both are splash attacks because it fires off knuckle caps and then fingers that explode into biojuice. Then we have Laser Rain, which are the flares. And of course, you fire them off and they land down into an area, so limited area attack, light green. And then Rocket Fist. You punch uppercut, and then slam down again. 3 moves and 1 ability. And then finally we have your ultimate light staff, which I believe is a shielding ability because it heals people but also gives them shielding. So we're going to give it the crimson for shields, as we usually do for shielding, because it's a shielding ability. You give every ally 500 health shield while healing them. Alright, so let's look at T-Chad's story, and then we'll review off healing, and then end the video. So, disfigured from the war. We don't know which war. We know that there's been at least 3 of them due to one of the other characters talking about how there's been 3 extra rebellions, so it has to be one of those. But a T-82 was put into storage and a warehouse when a T-81, different robot, put him back together, sprucing up his defensive capabilities. This new robot pledged to protect the locals and rescue those who got trapped in the scorching Saharan heat. The T-82 changed his brand number from 82 to Chad, cybernetic healing a defender or defense. Of course, now instead of being called T-82, he's called T-Chad, based on his new branding, which he replaced the 82 with Chad. Alright, so that gives him a good backstory, gives him another post-war story. We have a lot of people that have been disfigured or disgruntled with the war, affected by all these wars. We still don't know who started them, but I'm sure we'll get to that later with more stories to tell. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. We talked about how off healing is not your job to heal, it's not your role to heal, but you still have a healing ability that you can use to heal up your allies and heal up yourself, just in case you need to. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it. I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo!